go. So I'm going to let you do this, and she's so
I'm
natural.
like nervous. This flooring's kind of weird, but
All right. Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, if I eat it,
Or the church that injured Bethany Hamilton must not be at church. Like, this is just ridiculous.
I used this a lot, like when I was recovering with one arm, like regaining my balance, so that was good. So if any of y'all have like really bad balance, this is good to practice on carpet and maybe hold something if you're really bad. Like flying off and like eating it. But yeah, this flooring's not the best, so I'm just gonna like, yeah.
That's unreal. You guys do that.
It's good practice.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, you're like, she's the real deal. And so, you know, not only are those girls frustrated that when you're 13 you beat them, and now you go back and beat them with one arm. That's got even more frustrating. It's ridiculous. So yeah. So I mean, your talent is obviously there, and you know, you're a pro. Now, how long? Now, turning pro means that you get paid to surf.
Yes.
And so, tell us, when did when did the contract and the people come after you and say, we want you to ride for us? When did that happen?
Yeah, so when I was about 10, it was actually when I first started getting my first sponsors. So that was pretty exciting. Stoked to get like a box of like bathing suits and clothes and gear for my surfing and stuff like that. Like felt like it was amazing. But and then when I was 18 is when I turned pro and started competing like a lot internationally and being paid. And like all my sponsors took good care of me and getting to go on surf trips and yeah, competing internationally and stuff like that.
And you surfed all over the world.
Yeah, it's crazy. Before I turned 21, I literally have like traveled around the world like several times. And
wow.
Yeah, it's been really, I've learned so much through travel and like just being able to see the different cultures and lifestyles and just the different beauties of this world has been insane. But
okay, so for the surfers in the room, I got to ask a question because they're begging me to ask. I can already see it on their faces. Where's the best waves?
Okay, so outside of Hawaii, I'm super biased when it comes to that. I really love Tahiti and Indonesia, and I've traveled both those spots a lot. And then my favorite place near here is Puerto Rico. I love Puerto Rico.
Awesome.
I've only been there once, but the one time I went, it was really good.
That's awesome. So, okay, so now let's go back. You're 13. Many of us have seen the movie, and you go through this horrendous deal, which we're not going to even ask you to share that because just living through it once is bad enough.
Yeah.
And so you go through this unbelievable experience. I mean, very few people have actually gone through an actual shark attack. So you do this, and now here you are. You wake up in the hospital, and you've got to be freaking out. There's massive loss, trying to figure out what to do with my life. What's next? But you're such a young girl.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think people realize how young. You were 13 when this happened.
Yeah.
So what is going through your mind at this point?
Yeah, it's crazy how things worked out, and most of you think probably like, oh my gosh, what a horrible thing to happen, and like, especially you dads, I bet you're imagining if your young girl had something like this happen to them, you would not be happy. And for my dad, that was the case. He wasn't too stoked, but it was crazy. So about 2 weeks before the attack, my mom and I had been praying a specific prayer, like really just zeroing in on this one request to God, and that was, Lord, I'm like thankful for my talent and ability in surfing, but I want to be more than just a surfer. I want to bring you glory and just honor you through my life, and I just ask that you'd provide something to do with that. And so when the attack happened, it was just like, whoa, okay, what are you up to, God? But at the same time, it was like he immediately just gave me peace about the situation. He gave me and my mom peace. Like we just knew that, okay, he has this under control, and he's gonna work everything out for good. And so yeah, it was just crazy. Like through the actual event, I stayed calm, and then like in the hospital, like I was smiling in the hospital. Like I was just thankful to be alive, and I know my mom felt the same way. She was thankful that I was alive, and like I said before, my dad, on the other hand, he was angry. He was really just kind of angry at God and just didn't understand why this had to happen to me, and it took some time to heal. Everyone take circumstances and events differently, and I think we all just need to be understanding with each other, but ultimately just give it to God and trust in Him, because